1-2, swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side, Sip. It goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3. Anderson.
Wes Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Friday morning. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show as game number 1 of 7 today from the Enderlin Baseball Invitational is on the air here on your live event. I'm Chase Miller alongside with Joey Hughes, and thank you very much for tuning in today for high school baseball, where we should have 7 games today on the docket and 7 games as well tomorrow on the docket here for high school athletics. And game number 1 features the Enderlin Eagles going up against the Maple River Raiders in game number 1, and then game number 2 at 12 o'clock will be Thompson and Kindred Richland. Leaf Bakken also will be joining the broadcast throughout the day here in Enderlin as well at Hendrickson Field. We have 7 games for you, a perfect day for baseball compared to what we've seen so far throughout the spring, and we are looking forward to bringing you some high school athletics here today from Enderlin. Here on our Irie Insurance pregame show, for all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. With this being said, most of the games that you're going to see today are 5 innings or 90-minute timetables, and once you get to one point or another, We will move on to the next game between Thompson and Kindred Richland at Northwood and Oaks. Some other teams that are partaking in this invite: Hillsborough, Central Valley, Northern Cass, Harvey, Wells counties making their way down. Also, the co-op with Hankinson is going to be playing alongside Oaks as well. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back after this. We'll take a look at the starting lineups alongside the first pitch coming up around the corner here on your live event.
Presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders. As they compete both on and off the field and on the court, you put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish your goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience that you can trust to get the job done with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, contact Triple E Incorporated, 701-668-2258, or stop by the office in Page. Make your next project a winner with a team from Triple E Incorporated in Page. The Enderlin Alumni Association promotes the school and community, as over the past few years, Enderlin athletics have been greatly supported by the alumni, from upgrades to the weight room, practice equipment, and technology. The Enderlin Alumni Association hopes to improve the quality of life for students and citizens by giving back to the community and keeping it local. The Enderlin Area School and Enderlin community would like to thank the Enderlin Alumni Association for their generous and continued support. Go Eagles!
As we come back here to Hendrickson Field, as they're making the rosters, the starting rosters are coming on here for the lineups for the Enderlin Eagles and the Maple River Raiders. For Maple River, it's their season opener here on May the 6th. Took them a little bit of while, especially for some teams. They've only gotten a handful of games, and so far for the Enderlin Eagles, they'll get to double digits here for their game schedule throughout the season here for Enderlin, playing 2 games last night against the Central Cass Squirrels here in Enderlin as well. Again, game number 1 of 7 as part of our Enderlin Baseball Invitational here on your live event. It's our Irie Insurance pregame show. At noon, you have Thompson and Kindred Richland. That is next. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back. It's the starting lineups and the first pitch here from Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. It's high school baseball on your live event. Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Tournament. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb or Luba a call today at 437-2444.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrant, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
As we get ready here, that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. Maple River and Enderlin here. Again, for more information, go online to Irie Insurance. Go online to IrieINS.com. That's IrieINS.com. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes with you. First pitch getting underway here at the bottom of the hour. Overcast skies in Enderlin in the mid-50s. It'll warm up throughout the day, but perfect weather in terms of high school baseball for the Enderlin Invitational. We were talking with some of the folks that are here last year saying it snowed during the evening session at one particular time, so it's tough, and so we will take this kind of weather here today at Hendrickson Field. It's a really awesome setup here. Down the left field line, 370, straightaway center is 325, and down the right field line, it's 285, and mainly because there's a train track that goes right from the right field foul pole all the way to the left field foul pole, so you have to kind of play with it as much as you can. When the co-op of Enderlin and Maple Valley worked together for nine-man football, when the co-op was together for nine-man football, they would play their some of their football games here as well. It's Enderlin and Maple River here for game number 1 of 14 of the Enderlin Baseball Invitational, and we have all of them for you right here on Your Live Event. Go to yourliveevent.com and you can check out all the action throughout the weekend here on Your Live Event. First pitch underway at 10:29 here from Carson Bartholomew as we get things ready to go. First pitch swinging to the shortstop. There goes to Wadeson. Raymer's not going to be able to beat the throw as Mickelson is there. One pitch, one out, 6-3 on the putout here. So Bartholomew, got to like those odds early on here to get things going. You're going to have Dylan Raymer, the center fielder, batting leadoff here, the junior. And then from there you have Cody Reamer, the catcher, senior, righty versus righty here, batting second, with Liam Santrum, the shortstop, junior, batting third. This one in there for a strike, now 0-1. It's a Kids' Day game here in Enderlin where they bring the schools out. A good-looking crowd as well here for game number 1. Well, a little breakfast in baseball on a Friday. This one fouled straight back, now 0-2. We will be with you here throughout probably another 12 hours from now for our last contest with Harvey, Wells County, and Enderlin to close things off. So for the Eagles, they will start and end the day, and the farthest team to travel will finish the day as well with the Hornets of Harvey, Wells County. This one missing on the outer part of the plate, now 1-2. Game number 2 after this one concludes is Thompson and Kindred Richland. And because of all the Mother Nature that we've seen, some of these games will be region contests as well. Off-speed pitch going to be in there for a strike 3, looking 4 pitches in a strikeout here for Carson Bartholomew as he earns the strikeout. That'll be 2 outs now here in the top of the first. So after Liam Santrum, you're going to have Grant Irie, the third baseman, Hayden Hushka, the pitcher, Calvin Santrum here in the lineup batting 6th, Carson Davis, the first baseman, batting 7th, Jace Erickson in right batting 8th, and then Dow's Caleb, the second baseman, sophomore, batting 9th. This one missing low by Bartholomew, now 1-0. Gruba in right, Glarum in center, Simbura in left. You have Iwin at third, Wadeson at short, Lemnis at second, and Mickelson at first. Behind the plate is Wendell, and Bartholomew is on the mound. So this one going to be 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning with nobody on here. As Santrum working with a hitter's count. This one fouled straight back, and to play now 2-1. Beautiful of this ballpark, the nooks and crannies, because behind the first base dugout where we are sitting right now, it's the highway is right there, and then right field to left field you have the train tracks. We've already seen a couple of trains come across throughout the day. We'll see if one gets hit maybe with the home run ball a little bit later on, and then left field you kind of have some houses and the parking lot. Here is the 2-1 offering. This one in there for a strike, now 2-2. 5 innings of baseball, or 90 minutes, is what's on the docket here for game number 1. Games will start and be rolling on schedule. We'll let you know what happens if the game is tied, and that's strike 3 swinging. So Bartholomew 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and a pair of strikeouts. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, the Enderlin Eagles are coming to bat.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Bottom of the first inning now between Enderlin and Maple River for game number 1 of 14 here at the Enderlin Baseball Invitational at Hendrickson Field. Chase Miller with you alongside Joey Hughes on your live event. Leaf Bakken will be joining the conversation in our next game with Thompson, as they will have a non-region tilt with Kindred Richland, 2 really good Class B programs as well throughout the years. So back to this invitational, majority of the games will be 5 innings or a 90-minute time limit. If the game is tied at the end of the time limit and the inning has been completed, a coin flip will determine who bats first. The team at bat will have a runner placed at second base in a sudden death format. They want to try to be as close to on schedule as possible, and that runner would be the ghost runner, last person in the order to make the out. First team to score will be declared the winner. So that's how it'll end up. There is going to be 3 games, though, that'll be region contests because of simply Mother Nature has not allowed the teams to get their complete schedule in April and the early part of May. So with that being said, we're going to have an opportunity to see later today Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Thompson at 3 o'clock be a Region 2 baseball game, and then Kindred Richland against Northern Cass, that'll be a Region 1 counter that'll go in the win-loss column in the region and determine seeds a little bit later on as well. And we'll see that for one game coming up tomorrow with Hankinson and Northern Cass at 3 o'clock. These 2 teams out of these particular regions, Enderlin out of Region 1, Maple River, the Raiders out of Region 2, part of that Hope Page Maple Valley co-op here, as Hayden Hushka takes the mound against Anthony Wendell, the sophomore catcher, and Anthony takes a strike to open things up here in the bottom of the first inning. Wendell followed by Wainson and Carson Bartholomew, the top 3 here in the lineup against Hayden Hushka on the mound. Hushka misses away, now 1-1. Andrew Mickelson, the first baseman, senior batting cleanup. Colton Iwin, that third base, batting 5th. Aiden Glarum, the center fielder, sophomore, batting 6th. Here comes the 1-1 offering, and that one is going to be missing out of play, now 2-1. You have Adergo, the designated hitter, followed by Lemnis, Simbura, and Gruba, part of the lineup here today for the Enderlin Eagles. That one's going to miss outside high, now 3-1. Calvin Santrum's in left here for the Railers, followed by Dylan Raymer, and then Erickson is going to be in right. Davis at first, with Dow's at second, Liam Santrum at short, and Irie at third, as that's going to be a 5-pitch walk here for Wendell, and the Enderlin Eagles have their first base runner of the contest. Cody Raymer is the battering ram with Hushka. Today, game number 1 here for the Maple River Raiders. As Hushka will look in, they're holding on the runner at first, and that's Wendell. Irie playing in on the grass at third here for the Raiders. This one's going to get by the catcher, and first pitch going was Wendell. He was off already to start, as that had no chance to get by, as that went by the catcher Cody, and just like that, there's now a runner in scoring position with no outs here for the Enderlin Eagles. So you got a team that's played roughly 10 games here for Enderlin to a team that has their season opener here for Maple River. Just been unable to get some games in, and particularly the northern end of the valley. Driving here today Got to see a lot of standing water still around the parts of the Maple River and alongside the Kindred areas. There's a time. And we can only imagine how much it is farther north on the northern end of the valley as well, where there is a lot of standing water, which means for baseball and softball and track and field golf athletes, you're just not able to get to the golf course, to get to the ball diamond, to get on the track or anything of that nature. And the southern end, talking with some of the Enderlin coaches before the game, they said they've been very fortunate. They've been able to get a good chunk of their games in so far this year. Hushka pitches in there for a strike to Wadeson. That'll even up the count at 1-1 here. Carson Bartholomew is due up next here from the Enderlin Eagles. Wendell at second, got aboard with the walk, then able to get to second with the pass ball. 1-1 pitch. This one is bunted. Hushka does a nice job fielding his position. Goes the short way to first. Wendell just kind of hung in the weeds before he scampered to third. So it'll be a sack bunt for Wadeson, and that'll allow the runner to get 90 feet closer to home plate with Wendell. One out now, bottom of the first inning, and Carson Bartholomew has a chance to help his own cause for the junior pitcher. Again, just 5 innings of baseball here, so early on, trying to get a run across compared to a 7-inning game becomes even more valuable as this day continues. Pitch is on the way, and that swung on and missed. Good hack by Bartholomew, now 0-1. Nice to see the cars are out down the left field line. Some have their blankets, some have their attire on in terms of the winter jacket still, or at least a sweatshirt over it. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's going to be now 0-2. Good job by the catcher, Cody Raymer, to keep it close to home to not allow Wendell to try to scamper down from third. The concession stand is already full here in Enderlin as well as we get a little bit closer to the noon hour, but still a gorgeous day and afternoon to be out talking high school baseball with the games actually getting played here today. Here's the pitch. That one runs in on Bartholomew, now 1-2. Andrew Mickelson is due up next. So Hushka trying to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the first inning, where on 5 pitches, Wendell was able to get to first on a walk, then a wild pitch allowed him to go to second. This one missing up, now 2-2. Then the sack bump by Wadeson got Wendell to third base. Right now, outfield playing straight away. Down the right field line, Erickson kind of playing more towards the line. At third base, Ivory staying close to the bay, keeping Wendell as close as he can. Here's a 2-2 offering. Strike 3, swung on and missed, or was it foul tipped? And they're going to say, nope, it was not foul tipped, so it is a strikeout. So Hushka gets the can, and a big out number 2 here on the mound for the Maple River Raiders. So 2 outs now with a runner at third, bottom of the first inning, and Hushka is one good pitch and an out away from getting out of the jam here as Andrew Mickelson, the lefty, will step into the batter's box, the senior first baseman. First pitch swinging, fouled it straight back, and that'll go out of play, now 0-1. Cody Raymer took his mask off and kind of looked up for that one. Overcast skies here in Enderlin. Later tonight we'll see the lights coming on here. But one of the fun baseball fields across the state of North Dakota that's always fun about baseball is every ballpark has their own uniqueness, their own quirks, their own qualities. Here's the 0-1 offering. Foul tipped, and that'll make it now 0-2, or they will say no, it was not foul tipped. So swung and a miss by Mickelson, and that'll plate the runner from third. So coming in to score on the pass ball will be Wendell from third, and that'll allow the run to come in, and we have a new score. Enderlin leads at 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. So Wendell will scamper in on the pass ball, and that'll allow the Eagles to score the first run. This one is hit on the ground, and that's going to be foul down the first baseline as Mickelson at first base, the umpire, was trying to use his hat to try to glove that baseball. Saw that one go out of play. Hushka will have an opportunity here again with the no ball, 2 strike, 2 out count upcoming here in the bottom of the first inning. The Enderlin Baseball Invitational here from Hendrickson Field. Game 1 of 7. Thompson, Kindred, Richland next at noon at 1:30. Haddon, Northwood, and Oaks. This one missing outside, now 1-2. At 3 o'clock, a Region 2 counter game with Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Thompson. That'll be a 7-inning affair. Also, the 5 o'clock scheduled game for Region 1 with Kindred, Richland, and Northern Cass. This one swung on and missed, and getting back-to-back strikeouts here is Hushka, but not before a run comes across. 1 run on no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We go to the top of the 2nd inning. It's a new score. The Enderlin Eagles lead it by 1 with Maple River coming to bat.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders. As they compete both on and off the field and on the court, you put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish your goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience that you can trust to get the job done with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, contact Triple E Incorporated, 701-668-2258, or stop by the office in Page. Make your next project a winner with a team from Triple E Incorporated in Page.
On to the top of the 2nd inning we go. The Enderlin Eagles lead it 1-0 here over the Maple River Raiders, a game that started at 10:29 this morning. Going back to our Enderlin Baseball Invitational, mentioned 5 o'clock, it's a Region 1 game, 7-inning contest between Kindred Richland and Northern Cass. And at 7, Hillsborough Central Valley will take on Northern Cass. Then the nightcap features the Enderlin Eagles and Harvey Wells County, the Hornets, making the farthest trek down here to the Enderlin Baseball Invitational. First pitch strike to Grant Irie here as Bartholomew on for his 2nd inning of work. The righty fires and delivers. Irie hits one to straightaway left field. Sabura is there and makes the glove catch. 2 pitches and 1 out here in the top of the 1st. If you hit that one to right again, it's 285 down the right field line. Then it kind of jettisons out a little bit. Also, you have the scoreboard in play, actually. It's right in front of the wall down the right field line. Straightaway center, you have the football press box. Good, healthy cut here by Hayden Hushka. And that will be 0-1. But again, straightaway center, you kind of have the backdrop a little bit with some of the vines once they kind of come up and get through their actual season. Also, the football press box in straightaway center field, which is close to the 50-yard line when this morphs into a football field. This one in there for a strike, hitting the outer part of the plate. Now 0-2 to Hushka. After Hayden Calvin Santrum is due up next, the sophomore left fielder. Season opener again for the Raiders. Here's the 0-2 pitch by Bartholomew in the dirt. Nice take by Hayden as he sees that one come through. Coming up, we'll get to our Bank North in-game update midway through. Bank North offers the tradition and advanced products and services that keep you grounded and ahead of the curve in today's fast-paced world. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com or visit one of their locations. They got one in Buffalo and one here in Enderlin. Hayden Hushka makes it 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Bartholomew trying to see if he can make him chase a little bit here. Here's the 2-2 offering on the way by the righty. This one is hit and a hot smash past the second baseman Lemnis into a right field for Gruba, and the first hit of the morning for Maple River goes to Hayden Hushka. Nice inside-out swing here and a runner on at first base. And this will allow Calvin Santrum, the left field sophomore, to come up here. Coaches today, Kevin Brantlin for the Enderlin Eagles. A little co-op with Maple River, Larry Fontaine, and Alex Hoffman. So Maple River trailing it by 1. Again, a 5-inning baseball game here in Enderlin. Here's the opening pitch to Calvin Santrum. That's going to be gloved in the dirt. Nicely done by Wendell on the backhand to keep the runner at first base there in Hushka. Now 1-0. Maple River Raiders with the Raiders across their chest in cursive in white with those red numerals, the gray pants. Here's the pitch. That one missing low. Now 2-0 on the opposite side for the Enderlin Eagles out in their orange uniforms with those white pants and the orange lettering with the white across and the black trim. These two teams are the co-op of last year. This one gets by the catcher Wendell. It's going to be a wild pitch, and that'll allow Hushka to scamper to second base. Now a runner in scoring position with one out. Last season, Enderlin and the Maple Valley Co-op was the Falcons for baseball. Finley, Sharon, Hope Page, the Spartans. But now this year, Hope Page and alongside the Maple Valley School District making up the Raiders. Enderlin with their own. That's in there for a strike with Santrum, now 2-1. And the Finley Sharon, a couple of those players now are playing at Mayport CG. Here's the offering. Good, healthy cut on the way there by Santrum. Swung through it. Now 2-2 is the count. See if Santrum can at least get Hushka to third, but if he can hit one in the outfield, we could be talking about a tie ball game. This one swung on and missed. Bartholomew climbed the ladder and gets his third strikeout of the morning. 2 outs now here in the top of the second as Carson Davis will come in, the first baseman sophomore. A lot of youth on this Maple River team, a couple of seniors, a handful of juniors, and a bevy of sophomores. This one is fouled right underneath us to the first base dugout where the Enderlin Eagles are, up the first base line. Maple River up the third base line, now 0-1 on the way to Davis, the first baseman sophomore. As Bartholomew looks back to second, this one is going to run in, and that one looks like it's going to hit him. Or did it hit off the bat? And they're going to say, nope, it hit him, so a hit batter. That'll be the first pass of the morning here for Bartholomew. Now runners at first and second here as Jace Erickson, the sophomore right fielder, will step in. This will be the fifth batter of the inning here for Maple River. And now with the tying and go-ahead run aboard. That one on the outer part of the plate in there for a strike for Bartholomew. Carson Bartholomew, an awfully good basketball player as well for the Enderlin Eagles this past season. Still has a year ahead of him here. This one running in now will make it 1-1. Erickson has the count. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Runner at first base is Davis. Hushka at second. Able to get to second after a pass ball. Bartholomew winds and delivers low, and Wendell does a nice job with the backhand as Hushka had a good secondary lead as he stays at second. 2-1 now is the offering here to Bartholomew. This one missing low, now 3-1. And if Erickson can get aboard even with the free pass, we would have the bases loaded. Larry Fontaine up the third base line on the opposite side. You have Alex Hoffman up the first base side here for the coaches for the Raiders. Here's the 3-1 offering in there for a strike as Erickson was taking all the way, and now the runners can leave early. And at second is the pitcher Hushka for the Raiders, then the first baseman Davis at first right now. Here's the payoff pitch by Bartholomew, who flips it back to the shortstop, and Wadeson is there. Hushka has to dive back as he gets in there safely, but all of a sudden that jersey gets a little dirty here on this morning for Maple River after today. Their next game of this invite will be tomorrow, 1:30, and this one strikeout swinging on the way there by Erickson. So 5 up in the at-bat in the half inning. No runs, though. Off of 1 hit, you have no errors and 2 runners left on base. An inning and a half complete here in Enderlin. It's a 1-0 with the Eagles coming to bat.
The Enderlin Alumni Association promotes the school and community, as over the past few years, Enderlin athletics have been greatly supported by the alumni, from upgrades to the weight room, practice equipment, and technology. The Enderlin Alumni Association hopes to improve the quality of life for students and citizens by giving back to the community and keeping it local. The Enderlin Area School and Enderlin community would like to thank the Enderlin Alumni Association for their generous and continued support. Go Eagles!
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Tournament. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb or Luba a call today at 437-2444. We go to the bottom of the second inning here in Enderlin at Hendrickson Field. The Eagles will be coming to bat here with their 5, 6, and 7 batters due up. The 1 run so far across. Anthony Wendell had a walk, able to get to second after a pass ball, and then with the sacrifice bunt moved to third, and then came in on a wild pitch on the play. So 1-0 is our Bank North in-game update right now as the Enderlin Eagles lead it over Maple River. Bottom of the second inning, Joey Hughes running the camera. Chase Miller with you here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. Game 1 of 7 today, then 7 games tomorrow. Our coverage tomorrow morning begins at 9 a.m. with Harvey Wells County against Maple River, and then Maple River also has a 1:30 game tomorrow afternoon against Hankinson, Fairmount, Campbell, Tinta, Ross Holt, Lidgerwood. That co-op for high school baseball and high school softball. Here comes Hayden Hushka with Colton Iwin, the junior third baseman, leading off here for the Enderlin Eagles. Hushka looks in, fires, and that one's going to be a ball, now 1-0. 5 innings of baseball here in the Enderlin Baseball Invite, except for 2 today and 1 tomorrow. That'll be 7 innings and counted as a region game. Good cut on the way by Iwin, foul back, now 1-1. So 5 innings, or you get to 90 minutes of baseball for those 7-inning games. That'll still count if there is a 10-run rule potentially. Kindred Richland, also Thompson getting some swings in the batting cages right now. Here's the offering. That one's in there for a strike. Now 1-2 to Iwin. So Hayden Hushka looks in to his battering net. And Cody Raymer, here's the 1-2 offering. That one is smashed to straightaway center field. The center fielder, Dylan Raymer, gets to the gap and loses his hat, but makes the play. Nicely done by Dylan Raymer, as that one was a line drive shot off the bat. And that'll just go down for a loud out here to start the bottom of the second inning. Good hit on the way by Colton Iwin. Sounded good even off the plate there. Able to go straight away. The wind blowing a little bit from the left field foul pole towards the right field, or towards into first base here. Not enough to cause a big issue, but enough to maybe on a deep fly ball take it down a couple of extra feet before it gets to the track, as Aiden Glarum steps in and now is 0-1 in the count for the center fielder sophomore. 1 out here in the bottom of the second between the Eagles and the Raiders. Hushka looks in and fires. This one foul back, now 0-2. We're on top of the first base press box here. You can see just how the infield and outfield looks through all the precipitation and moisture. The outfield looking pretty good. Yeah, there's some spots in the infield, but that's what you expect during this time of the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled off the glove of Cody Raymer, and it's actually going to go off his glove, and that'll go down the first, and then Raymer throws it into short right field as it goes over Davis. So Glarum gets aboard with a strikeout. Then it's going to be a throwing error by the catcher, and that'll allow the runner to get to first base. So good job by Glarum, as was not a foul tip, as that goes all the way back. And now there's going to be a runner at first base here, and the Enderlin Eagles will look to add on to their 1-0 advantage. Hushka looks the runner at first and Glarum over. Here's the pitch. That's going to get by the catcher. And now the runner will scamper from first to second here in Glarum, and Artigo takes an opening ball. And Larry Fontaine wants to come out here and talk it over, as he'll come out to chat with his infield here, as Fontaine will come out. The Enderlin Eagles, 1 run across so far. Anthony Wendell with that lone run had the walk and a run scored in the bottom of the first inning. For the Enderlin Eagles, Lemnis is due up. Simbura and Gruba coming up on the bottom of the order before it goes to the top here for the Enderlin Eagles. Hushka so far an inning and a third worked with 2 strikeouts. Make it now 3 strikeouts on the day. Just Glarum was able to get aboard. No hits against him. On the opposite side here for Carson Bartholomew, it's gone 2 innings, 1 hit against him, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts for Bartholomew on the opposite side for the Enderlin Eagles here. Season opener for Maple River on the opposite side. Enderlin has played roughly 10 ball games so far this season, so it's kind of a tale of 2 different teams, where one team has been hit by Mother Nature and bit by precipitation, where the other team has been but they've been able to at least maneuver and get through some games. After Larry Fontaine comes out, the first baseman Davis in on the grass at first, and playing even with the bag at third is Irie. Coming up, Artigo here with a 1-0 count on the way. Hushka looks the runner back at second, and the pitch. This one is foul back. Now 1-1. The kids' day game here as well. You can kind of enjoy a little Friday afternoon, enjoy your weekend a little bit earlier here where you come out and enjoy some baseball here in the morning, go back to school a little bit in the afternoon. Graduation's not too far away as well. Here's the 1-1 offering. Swung on and missed. Good rip there by Oren. Now 1-2 on the way. Maderigo here, the 8th grader designated hitter going up against Hayden Hushka. Here's the 1-2 offering and the pitch. This one missing inside, now 2-2. You can go to yourliveevent.com to check out our complete coverage of the Enderlin Baseball Invitational for all the games and the scheduled action. Here's a 2-2 pitch running up and in. Now makes the count full at 3-2. Be the first full count of this morning for the Enderlin batters against Hushka. As Enderlin trying to get up to 2-0 here and try to play to run in both the first and the second innings in this modified 5-inning high school baseball game. Next game scheduled for noon between Thompson and Kindred Richland. This one swung on and missed. Got him for strikeout number 4. Back-to-back Ks as well here in the half inning for Hushka. And now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. So Lemnis will check to the plate. Braden, the freshman second baseman here, as Hushka looks in. And the pitch. In there for a strike. Gail Hamry calling balls and strikes here for game number 1 of 7 today, and then 7 tomorrow as well. Here's the 0-1 offering. This one is hitting the air up the right field line, but foul. That will make it 0-2. So Hushka, one good pitch away from getting out of a little bit of a pickle here in the bottom of the second inning and trying to get the Maple River bats to the plate in the top of the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed. Swung on and a good rip there by Lemnis to stay alive and keep it at 0-2. The Enderlin Eagles playing on their home Enderlin baseball invite here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one missing up, now 1-2. Left fielder in Calvin Santrum playing more in the gap. You have the center fielder, Bremer, playing straight away, and the right fielder, Erickson, playing a little bit down the right field line. A lot of real estate here down the left field line, as that one's going to be fouled back by Lemnis. Irie playing even with the bag at third, and then trying to keep the runner, Glarum, close to second, is Liam Santrum for the Raiders at short. Hushka looks back the runner. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and that'll retire the sign. No runs off a no hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. 2 complete here in Enderlin as we go to the top of the third inning. Maple River down by 1, but coming to bat.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
As we come back here to the top of the third inning in Enderlin, the Enderlin Eagles lead it 1-0 over the Maple River Raiders. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors, including some of our feature sponsors throughout this season of Irie Insurance, alongside Bank North. We'd like to thank our Enderlin Baseball Tournament sponsors, Enderlin Insurance Agency, also the Alumni Association with the high school, and a host of others. Thank you for allowing us to be here and provide some high school baseball coverage throughout the day. High school baseball today, the Enderlin Eagles alongside the Maple River Raiders. We'll get to some prior teams who've done some previous championships here. His first pitch swinging is Doze, and this one's going to go to the shortstop, Waitson, and Waitson makes a nice play. Caleb Doe's first pitch swinging. It was just a slow ground ball to Waitson, who came into short to fire over to Mickelson at first. 6-3 on the putout. Nice play there by the shortstop, and Waitson, an awfully good runner, awfully good wrestler as well, just a sophomore. So 1 out now. Here's the offering on the way, missing low, now 0-1. As we go to the top of the order here with Dylan Raymer, who grounded out 2 weights in his last time up. Takes a strike now, 1-1. Class B champion from last couple of seasons here. 2020, no champion because of COVID. Here's the pitch. This one hit on the ground. Waitson's going to be busy again. Fields it, fires across the diamond. Not going to be in time, as that's going to get by the first baseman, but Raymer's going to stay at first here, so it'll be a base knock, and that'll be the second hit of the afternoon. So it's going to be a tough one there. Waitson did a nice job on the ground, but threw it across the ball diamond. That was a bang-bang play at first there with Raymer. Last season, Langdon area Emmore Munich won over Lemoore Litchfield Mary 9-1. 2020 season was canceled due to COVID in Class B. Looking to bunt is going to be Cody Raymer, but Dylan will get to second base on the pass ball here. And there's 1 out now in the top of the third. But going back again, 2019 Park River Fordville Lincoln won 3 straight. 2016 Thompson won over Beulah. Mayport CG over Carrington in 2015. This buntons up the first baseline. Mickelson make that Bartholomew. Fields fires and throws over to Lemnis, who is covering. So 1-4 on the put-up, but that'll get the tying run here to third base for Maple River, but now with 2 outs. Nice job by Bartholomew and Mickelson communicating nicely, and then better job by Lemnis covering there. So this will bring up Liam Satcham a chance to tie the game here for the Raiders in the top of the third. Satcham first pitch swinging, swung on and missed, now 0-1. Grant Irie is the on-deck batter if Satcham can get aboard. Runner at third base is Raymer. Dylan takes his lead. Satcham now down the count 0-2. Bartholomew looking for the punch out, trying to get his 4th of the morning, and the pitch. That one running in, now 1-2 on the way to the number 3 batter here in Satcham for the Raiders. Satcham struck out, swinging his last time up in the top of the first. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one in the dirt, good block by Wendell. As if that gets by Wendell, the tying run, no more than likely would be scampering down the third base line and trying to score, as we have the Canadian Pacific Railway making its debut here at Hendrickson Field. Here's the pitch. That one missing in. The count is full, now 3-2. Full count on the way here for Satcham, and the payoff pitch by Bartholomew. This one foul tipped in pitch number 7 of the at-bat upcoming. This is going to be one of the longest at-bats we've seen for the Raider hitters against Bartholomew here this morning. As Bartholomew looks in here, righty against righty with 2 outs in the third. That one is going to be a walk. Nicely done by Satcham. Now runners at the corners with 2 down here for the Raiders. That'll be the second free pass of the afternoon, one with a hit batsman of Davis. That one, the normal walk variety to Santrum, and Irie will step in. Grant, a line drive his last time up with the out to Simbura in left field. Runners at the corners here, 2 down, top of the third, as Bartholomew bluffs the play to first base to see if he would get when Raymer coming down the third base line. Santrum again at first. Bartholomew looks both the runners over here and throws. Santrum goes from first. Wendell won't make that. Wendell won't even look to throw, so Santrum easily gets second base on a defensive indifference on that one. So now runners in scoring position, and a base knock would give Maple River a potential lead. Good swing by Grant Irie, but swung on and missed. Now 1-1. Best chance the Raiders have had here today. And runners at first and second last inning, but now here at second and third. This one hit on the ground past the third baseman. 1 run's coming in from third. Raymer's in. Satrum's rounding third on his way. Simbura gets it through. It's a 2 RBI single for Grant Irie, and the Raiders lead it 2-1. A nice hit down the third base line. It just hugged the line there, and Iwin went to backhand it, but it got by him. So Raymer comes in to score. Santrum comes in to score, and Grant Irie delivers the 2 RBI single here for the Raiders in the top of the third inning. Here comes Hushka, a single his last time up. Takes one for a strike. So the walk by Santrum allowed Irie to come to the plate, and then the free defensive indifference in 90 feet will allow Maple River to take their first lead here this morning. This one hit to the first baseman. Mickelson does a nice job gloving that one. He'll go 3 unassisted, but not before 2 runs come across on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. 2.5 complete here in Enderlin. We have a new score. It's the Maple River Raiders 2, the Enderlin Eagles Enderlin Eagles 1 on your live event.
It's the concert event of the summer in the Brainerd Lakes area. Lakes Jam, June 22nd through June 25th at Brainerd International Raceway.
R&J Broadcasting is the presenting sponsor.
Experience Lakes Jam. For rock and rollers, the main stage features Tesla, Warrant, and Hairball. For country enthusiasts, John Party, Cole Swindell, Gabby Barrett, and Mark Wills. Experience watercross, drifting, and lawnmower racing. For on-site camping, lodging, and tickets, visit lakesjam.com.
MLGC offers ultra-high-speed broadband, streaming TV, telephone, advanced business services, and commercial-grade video surveillance services. MLGC has a goal to continue to deliver future technologies that make rural communities in North Dakota vibrant places in which to live and do business in. They're your local provider who prides itself on its unmatched customer service with a small-town touch. MLGC has offices in Enderlin, Cooperstown, and Kindred. For more info, go to mlgc.com.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Heading to the bottom of the third inning here in Enderlin, it's Maple River, the Raiders 2-1 over the Enderlin Eagles as the Raiders lead it after that 2 RBI single by Irie last half inning with 2 outs as well, which plated the 2 runs of Dylan Raymer from third base and from second Liam Santrum. So the Raiders will take their first lead here of the contest as they will have Hushka back on for his 3rd inning of work. So far, a couple of innings, 1 run against him with 4 strikeouts and 1 walk here today. Jacob Simbura, the left fielder, will step into the plate. The lefty going up against Hushka, and for Maple River again playing with the lead here. The Enderlin Eagles setting the bottom of their lineup to start, and then flips over to the top here. Swung on and missed by Simbura, now 0-1. 1 run back in the bottom of the first inning. Wendell able to scamper in from third on a pass ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Now 1-1 on the way. You never know what you're going to get at a ballpark, but in Enderlin, you know you're going to hear the sound of a train, and the train track's coming on through. Here's 1-2, whether it's a football game or a baseball game, just kind of adds to the ambiance a little bit here on this early part of May. Here's the 1-2 pitch on the way as Hushka looks in and winds and fires. That one is going to be a foul ball, and we'll keep it at 1-2. Also coming up here in a couple of weeks, the Region 2 baseball tournament going on at Mayville State University. We'll have that for you here on your live event. And the Region 1 baseball tournament, that'll partake for a couple of days in Kindred. Then the championship series will be at the highest seed remaining once they get through those semis and into the championship series. And that'll be also here on your live event. This one fouled and popped up, and it'll be kept alive here as Simbura working in this at-bat. This will be pitch number 6 upcoming. Maple River, part of Region 2. The Enderlin Eagles, part of Region 1, so a non-region contest here. Region 2 in that particular area with Park River, Fordville, Lincoln, and Thompson. They've had some deadly teams over the years in recent memory and some really good outings at Newman Outdoor Field as well for state tournaments. This one swung on and foul tip to the glove of Cody Raymer, and that's another strikeout here. So you go 4 straight where Glarum got aboard with the pass ball, and then Adargo struck out, Lemnish struck out, and Simbura struck out. So Hushka goes through here as Anthony Wendell, the sophomore catcher, will be coming up to stop by the lineup here. But right now for Hushka, 4 straight strikeouts on the mound here for the Raiders, as that one is going to be missing. That's going to be a ball here as Wendell a walk with a run scored his last time up in the first. Anthony Wendell, the catcher here, looks in on the righty-righty matchup to Hayden Hushka. This one hit on the ground. The third baseman, Irie, gloves it, fires across to first. The stretch is there by Davis in time for the out. 5-3 on the putout. So not too much time here for Hushka as he gets on the mound, and Cashin waits and will come up. The shortstop sophomore, sacrifice bunt his last time up in the first. Calvin Santrum in left, Dylan Raymer in center, Erickson in right here for the Raiders. Irie, we just mentioned, at third, now playing in on the grass. Hushka looks in, fires, and waits and hits the deck. Now it'll be 1-0. Liam Santrum at short, followed by Doze at second base, and then Davis at first with Cody Raymer behind the plate. Hushka, 1-0 offering on the way here to Waits, and Carson Bartholomew would be due up next if Cash can get aboard. That one will make it now 2-0. So far for Maple River, no runs in the first, no runs in the second, 2 runs in the third. For Enderlin, plated 1 across in the first, no runs in the second, and so far held to the goose egg here in the third. Good rip on the way by Waits and foul back now 2-1. A contest which started at 10:29, so again, there is a time limit here. When you take a look, 90 minutes, and then also, or if you get through 5 innings of baseball, which one comes first? Waits and fouls it back again, now 2-2, so it's just something to kind of keep in mind if you do have a longer half or a complete inning. If guys are able to take some pitches, get aboard, get some runs across, as this will continue throughout the day at the Enderlin Baseball Invitational. Hayden Hushka will take a quick break and look in here, making sure Cody Raymer's got everything slated behind the plate. Waits and comes in, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the third. That one missing to the backstop now makes it 3-2. So you take a look at some of the regions here in a moment for Region 1 and Region 2. Region 1 baseball, Kindred Richland, undefeated so far in their region play. Region 2, Hillsborough, Central Valley, Thompson, Mayport, CG, Larimore, Maple River, and Hatton Northwood. This one swung on and missed, and this one, Raymer's going to have to make a play, and it airmails the first baseman, Davis. So Cash will go around first on his way to second and stay there. It's another strikeout, but going from first to second will be on the air from the catcher. And all of a sudden, that'll allow the Enderlin Eagles to get a runner in scoring position, and Bartholomew has a chance to help his own cause coming to the plate. In Region 2, we just haven't seen a lot of games because of all the moisture up in the northern end of the valley. Region 1, Enderlin's been able to get a good chunk of games in Oaks as well. Kindred, Richland, Central Cass this week. When you talk to coaches, this week actually feels normal for a majority of track and field teams, baseball and softball teams. As Wadeson thought about going, Hushka comes back, and Dowse was there as Wadeson had to put on the brakes. Almost looked like a Looney Tune for a second there in terms of the legs going left and right forward to third base, but his body was going back to second. Hushka this time fires inside of Bartholomew. That's going to get by the glove of Raymer on a pass ball, and Wadeson gets to third. And the tying run now is 90 feet away here for the Enderlin Eagles. And this is going to be a 1-0 count upcoming here to Bartholomew, as Hayden Hushka will try to get out of a little bit of a 2-out jam now here for the Maple River Raiders. So after Maple River scored 2 in the top half of the inning, Enderlin trying to even things up here in the bottom half. Bartholomew, good rip foul back, now 1-1. Carson struck out his last time up in the bottom of the first inning. 5 strikeouts so far for Hushka. He's currently throwing a no-hitter. He has given up 1 run, but that came, again, on a pass ball in the first. This one, Bartholomew hits a line drive off of Irie's glove at third, and the run's going to come in and score, and we're tied at 2 apiece. No throw on the way down as well, as Irie went right off of his glove, and then Bartholomew is going to scamper in as Wadeson will come in and able to score, and we're knotted at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the third inning. As Bartholomew slides back, and this is going to get by the first baseman there in Davis, and Bartholomew is going to go from first to second. Now he's rounding second on his way to third, as it's going to be with Bartholomew at third base there, and he'll stay there after the play comes in from the right field. So that'll go from first to third here for the Enderlin Eagles, and now they have the go-ahead run 90 feet away, as Maple River and Larry Fontaine will come out here and have a chat with the infield. So right now, Maple River having a couple of errors here, and they've had 3 of them so far today, 2 in this inning, and that is a lot of Wadeson to score after Bartholomew put the ball in play, and that's the old adage in baseball. No matter at what level you're at, major leagues, we've kind of seen more of the strikeout home run variety where they don't put the ball in play in terms of hit and run and doing the small ball, but in high school and college, you still see that hit and run, the small ball action, the safety squeeze, all those little kinds of things to force the defense to at least make a fielding play, make a proper play, and if not, you try to take advantage. And right now, Enderlin has taken advantage with at least 1 run here in the bottom of the third inning. Again, a game that started at 10:29, so we're getting closer to about an hour in. Still have enough time to try to get through 5 complete, but whichever one comes first, either 90 minutes or finish off that half inning, or 5 complete. If it's tied after one of those situations, then it goes to sudden death baseball, which you don't hear of too often, but because you have 7 games in a day, you want to get things rolling. Here's the pitch to Mickelson here, and that'll be an opening ball. Now 1-0. Mickelson struck out his last time up. So Bartholomew at third base right now for Enderlin. That's the go-ahead run. Hushka with the 1-0 pitch. This one swung on and missed by Mickelson. Now 1-1 for Maple River. They will send the bottom of the order coming up next. There's 6, 7, and 8 batters. But they got to get out of this just to 1 run here in the bottom of the third. Enderlin would love to score 2 and get the lead right back. Mickelson hits one in the air, and that's going to be an RBI base knock. Cutting it over is Erickson in the gap. Coming to score from third is Bartholomew. Mickelson delivers an RBI single, and the Enderlin Eagles now lead it 3-2. A good piece of hitting there by Mickelson, just going with it as he pulled it over the second baseman and right in front of Erickson in short right center field. And now it's 3-2 here. That one's going to be a ball to Colton Iwin. Iwin in a line drive to the center fielder, Dylan Raymer, in right center field. His last time up, now working with a 1-0 count. Mickelson with the first run driven in today for the Enderlin Eagles. So a couple of errors have came back to haunt the Raiders here in the bottom of the third. Hushka, good job by getting out of his crouch there as Cody Raymer to keep it from going to the backstop. Now it's going to be a 2-0 count on the way to Iwin. So Hushka will look in here, and the Enderlin Eagles, again, playing now with the one-run advantage here. This one swung on and missed, now 2-1. Neither team has trailed more than one or been up more than one run today. Enderlin drew first blood back in the bottom of the first inning. As taking a look over at first is Hushka. Here's a pitch. That one missing for a ball, now 3-1. Glarum is due up next for the Eagles if they can keep the line going here. As Hushka will look in here with a 3-1 pitch on the way with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. This one hitting the ground. Hushka gloves it, flips it over the first to Davis to retire the side. 1-3 on the put-up, but not before the Enderlin Eagles score 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and they'll leave 1 run aboard as well. 3 complete in Enderlin. We go to the top of the 4th inning with a new score. It's the Eagles up by 1.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Well, with that, let's get to our Bank North update here in the top of the 4th inning. The Enderlin Eagles lead at 3-2 if you're just joining us right now. Maple River with 2 runs. That came in the top of the third with an Irie 2 RBI single with 2 outs here for the Raiders, which played Raymer and alongside Santrum after a Grant Irie 2 RBI single for the Enderlin Eagles. They scored their first run. That came in the bottom of the first. Wendell came across on a pass ball, and then bottom of the third inning this last half. Wainson came in via the air at the third base with a Bartholomew hit to the third baseman Irie, and then Mickelson with an RBI single that plated Bartholomew to make it 3-2. That is our Bank North in-game update. For more information, go to ibanknorth.com or stop by one of their locations today in Buffalo and in Enderlin as well. For the Maple River Raiders, they will have Glarum, Dargo, and Lemnis due up next here for the Maple River Raiders. As we go to the 4th inning. As it's the Enderlin Eagles against the Maple River Raiders here. As Bartholomew will be working. And here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one hit down the left field line, but foul. As here comes Satcham. Takes one for a ball. Now it'll be 1-2. Carson Davis due up next, and Erickson here for the Maple River Raiders. As Satcham takes strike 3, looking on the outer part of the plate, and that'll be strikeout number 4 here for Bartholomew. So 1 out now in the top of the 4th inning. 5 innings of baseball, so potentially here for the Raiders if they're unable to get a run across. It would be 1 more half inning potentially, and this one would be over as Bartholomew looks to close out this one. So for 3 1/3 innings, as Carson Davis was hit by a pitch his last time up, takes an opening ball to open up this at-bat here for the Raiders. Bartholomew looks in and fires. That one in there for a strike, now 1-1. Second game on our docket, slated for noon between Thompson and Kindred Richland. Here's the 1-1 offering from Bartholomew, missing low, now 2-1. Not too much time. They do have some hitting cages across the left field side, and then there is an extra field as well across the way if you want to take some infield. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, now 2-2. Pretty much enough time to rake the infield. Make sure everything still looks good across the outfield, and then they're going to get the guys ready to go. So about 10-15 minutes in between games here today in Enderlin. This one is hit up the right field line, hooking, and that'll go foul. So we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes here at Hendrickson Field in Enderlin. 325 to straightaway center, but if you're going to get a hold of one, hit one 370 down that left field line, you would really have to get one out down there. It kind of reminds you of the Oakland Coliseum a little bit with all the space down the left field line. But down the right field line reminds you of Yankee Stadium. Here comes the pitch. Foul back. Good job by Davis, keeping this at bat going with Bartholomew with pitch number 7 upcoming here. It's the Enderlin Baseball Invitational from Hendrickson Field. Chase Miller alongside Joey Hughes. Leaf will be calling the next game between Thompson and Kindred Richland. Here's the pitch by Bartholomew. Swung on and a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks. One looking and one swinging in strikeout number 5 here for Bartholomew. Jace Erickson coming up next, the right field sophomore, with a strikeout his last time up in the top of the second inning for the Raiders. Game number 3 today at 1:30. Hatton Northwood against Oaks, the Thunder and the Tornadoes. Region 2 meets Region 1. That one in there for a strike. At 3 o'clock, Hillsborough Central Valley will play Thompson in a Region 2 counter game. Then at 5, it's Kindred Richland and Northern Cass in a Region 1 counter affair. Those 2 games will be 7-inning contests as Erickson takes low for a ball. Nightcap will be Hillsborough Central Valley and Northern Cass, and at 8:30 tonight, Enderlin and Hillsborough make that Wells County, So Erickson with a 2-1 count on the way. Those is due up next if Erickson can get aboard here for Maple River and try to provide a 2-out rally like Enderlin did in the bottom half of the third. Swung on and missed, and now Bartholomew is 1 strike away from striking out the side here in the top of the 4th inning. This one missing low, makes the count full now at 3-2. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, and Bartholomew will have his 3rd walk of the contest, the first since the last half inning here. And for the Maple River Raiders, they will have a runner at first base as the catcher will check out. And Wendell will come out and chalk to Bartholomew as the runner from Erickson will go to first. And then you have Caleb Doze, the sophomore second baseman, is due up, grounded out to Waitson his last time up. And Cash has been busy at short today. Zimbira in left, Glarum in center, Gruba in right here for Enderlin across the outfield. Iwin playing on the grass here at third, and therefore a strike for Bartholomew. Waitson again at short, Lemnis at second, Mickelson at first. With Wendell the catcher, there's a quick little flip throw by Bartholomew. Mickelson able to get that, but getting back safely is Erickson. Now 0-1 as Bartholomew looks back in. Righty versus righty here. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. And the pitch. This one going to get by the catcher. The runner goes from first to second here with Erickson as that goes all the way to the backstop. And now there will be a runner in scoring position for the Maple River Raiders. So 1 ball and 1 strike here after the wild pitch by Bartholomew. And Maple River with a base knock here, a chance to tie things up in the top of the 4th with their number 9 batter. This one low. Nicely dug out by Wendell in the dirt. Now 2-1. If Caleb can get aboard, Dylan Raymer, the junior center fielder, will be due up next as Wendell will come on and chat here with Carson Bartholomew. The Enderlin Eagles up by 1 here in the top of the 4th inning, part of the Enderlin Baseball Invitational here. Just good to get out and call some baseball, softball games after probably for most of you having cabin kind of fever in April, whether it came to snow, whether it came to rain, whether it came to tornadoes in certain parts of the state. North Dakota saw it all last month, and now flooding in the northern end of the Red River Valley as well. As Bartholomew looks the runner back at second in Erickson. So Bartholomew with a 2-ball, 1 strike, 2 out, bottom of the fourth at bat here to Doze. And Bartholomew with the snap throw back to the shortstop, waits and covering second, and getting back safely, standing up was Erickson. Bartholomew looks back the runner again, waits and comes. This time Bartholomew throws low in the dirt. Now 3-1. And again, Dylan Raymer is due up next if they can get aboard. Bartholomew looks back the runner at second and fires. This one missing up, and it's a walk. So second walk of the inning, back-to-back walks as well, the fourth of the contest. And now Maple River will have runners at first and second, as we'll have a meeting on the mound here as Kevin Brantlin will come onto the mound here for the Enderlin Eagles and talk with his infield as the top of the lineup is coming up here with Dylan Raymer. Raymer reached aboard on an error his last time up with a run scored as well for the first run of the game on the RBI, 2 RBI single by Grant Irie, which also played a Liam Satram. And the Enderlin Eagles right now with a 1-run lead. All of a sudden you kind of look up and you say, hey, there's a base knock here, a chance to tie and potentially take the lead here for Maple River. As Bartholomew looks back. And that'll be low for a ball. Now it'll be 1-0. That one in there for a strike. Now 1-1 to Raymer for Bartholomew. Runners at second base is Erickson, at first is Doze. And then Cody Raymer is due up next. Here's the pitch. This one fouled back. Now it's going to be 1-2 as that one almost came right into our booth. A high hop off the cement, came flying right across our camera. Almost came right in. Here's the 1-2 offering on the way to Raymer. This one is hitting the air to straightaway center field. That's going to drop for a base knock. Glarum plays the one hop, and they're going to wave the runner in. Coming in from third base is Erickson, and he's safe. Erickson comes in with an RBI single. So they're going to go back to second as well to see if Doze is all right. 3 apiece now between Maple River and Enderlin. That was a delayed take there as we're tied at 3 after the RBI single here by Raymer. And good job by Glarum. Just seeing that one come through. Cody Raymer takes a ball. Raymer 0 for 2 on the day. But good job by Glarum in straightaway center field by not going after that one because it would have possibly played it 2. Instead, he played the one hopper, got it in quickly. This one popped up. Bartholomew will call everybody off, but be a pop-up to the pitcher, but not before Maple River does some damage. So they score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base. You have 3.5 complete with a new score here in Enderlin. It's a 3-3 ball game with the Eagles coming to the bat in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders. As they compete both on and off the field and on the court, you put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish your goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience that you can trust to get the job done with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, contact Triple E Incorporated, 701-668-2258, or stop by the office in Page. Make your next project a winner with a team from Triple E Incorporated in Page. The Enderlin Alumni Association promotes the school and community, as over the past few years, Enderlin athletics have been greatly supported by the alumni, from upgrades to the weight room, practice equipment, and technology. The Enderlin Alumni Association hopes to improve the quality of life for students and citizens by giving back to the community and keeping it local. The Enderlin Area School and Enderlin community would like to thank the Enderlin Alumni Association for their generous and continued support. Go Eagles!
As we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, a game which started a little over an hour ago at 10:29. Now we're starting to get to the bottom of the fourth, but also we're starting to get to the point in terms of time here, just a little bit over an hour into the contest here, as Hushka is back on here for his fourth inning of work for the Enderlin Eagles. As we take a look here, bottom of the fourth inning, as the Enderlin Eagles will have Glarum, Dargo, and Lemnis are due up. And we'll see what happens here as the Enderlin Eagles trying to get a quick run across before it gets to the top of the fifth, or if it gets to a certain time frame, again, they won't start a complete new inning. It would just go to sudden death baseball, essentially. And if, for example, if Enderlin would finish with 3 outs here in the inning, but time was a little bit too long, Enderlin could potentially, off of a coin flip, come up to hit again and have a chance to be the team that would take the win. Again, sudden death baseball. This one fouled straight back to the net here as Glarum will step in. Glarum reached on an error his last time up. Hushka on for his fourth inning of work. So, again, here in this tournament, 5 innings of baseball or a 90-minute time limit. And once it gets to a certain time frame, they don't want to start a brand new full inning, as this one is low with Hushka. So, for example, if you get 3 outs here and Enderlin doesn't score, but it takes 10, 15 minutes to play, we would go to sudden death baseball then to determine the winner of game number 1. And for fans out there going sudden death, you think of football a little bit here, but this one smashed up the middle. Good rip by Glarum. That'll be a runner on with nobody out here to start things off in the bottom of the fourth inning. Adergo will be coming up next. Oren, the 8th grade designated hitter, struck out his last time out. Now with the bottom of the fourth inning, we'll see how Enderlin approaches this, to see if they maybe have a sacrifice bunt or if they will allow Glarum to try to come down. And we're going to get a balk called here, so forget about what we just talked about. It's a balk call here, and that'll allow the runner Glarum to go to second base. So now the go-ahead and potential winning run is at second here with Glarum, with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth, as Hushka will look the runner back. The pitch, this is a bunt up the third base line. It's going to trickle down, and good job by the third baseman, Irie. That was tough because where the dirt meets the grass, it came up and kind of hit the lip of the grass, and for a second it felt like it was going to go back into play, and Irie did a really good job of just grabbing his glove and bringing that to the third base dugout for a strike. So Adergo showed the first option here. Davis playing well enough the base at first here up the line. Playing even with the bag at third is Irie, just in case if it's a bunt back to the pitcher. Hushka looks in, fires. This bunt is foul back. Now it's 0-2. Lemnis is due up next, and it'll be Simbura, the bottom of the order here. So 6, 7, 8, and 9 here for the Enderlin Eagles in a 3-3 baseball game. Game number 1 of 7 of the Enderlin Baseball Invitational here on Your Live Event. Once this game gets done, go to yourliveevent.com to get our next video stream for Thompson and Kindred Richland. Hushka goes back on the flip throw to Dow's covering at second base to keep the runner Glarum close. Glarum, a base knock away from potentially scoring the game-winning run or the go-ahead run here. Again, just 5 innings of baseball. This one missing up, now 1-2. So early on in the game, every chance you have to play a couple of runs across. If you have a long inning, you know, these games can really shorten up in a really quick hurry for teams. Back and forth kind of a contest. Both teams have led today by a run. That one missing up now makes the count full at 2-2. Enderlin draw first blood in the bottom of the first with 1 run. Maple River scored 2 in the top half of the third, only to see Enderlin score 2 in the bottom half of the third, and then 1 run across in the top half of the fourth inning for Maple River. Overcast skies, mid-50s, currently 56 degrees. The wind has picked up throughout the morning here in Enderlin, kind of blowing more in from the left field foul pole into the first base side. This one swung and a miss. It's off the catcher's glove. The runner from second's going to scamper to third. They will get the out at first base, but there's going to be a runner moving up 90 feet. So that'll go 2-3, but Glarum will advance to third base on the 6th strikeout there for Hushka. And now the infield's going to have to come in as Larry Fontaine will come out here and talk with his infield. So more than likely we'll see the infield coming in here. The bottom half of the order has not fared well against Hushka today. So far for batters 7, 8, 9, 4 plate appearances and 4 strikeouts. So Hushka, if you take a look at what happened the first time, would love to replicate that here the second time, as kind of look across the far side with the press box over in center field. There's some fans and that are sitting right underneath that kind of straightaway center. We're going right over the fence. Got some fans kind of hanging around the left field and right field line. Again, this ballpark, Hendrickson Field, you got the highway, you got the train tracks, you got a little bit of some of the housing development. It's kind of just smack dab in what you would kind of call your community ballpark. And a little bit later on throughout the evening, we will see the lights coming on here as well. We have all the games for you. The Enderlin Baseball Invitational Game 1 of 14 here on your live event. So coming in here for the Enderlin Eagles, we'll have a pinch hitter. That's coming in here for Enderlin. Brendan Bartholomew will be coming on for Lemnis. So Bartholomew is going to be a new batter, and we'll have a new pitcher coming here for Maple River as well, as Liam Santrum will come in here, and Hushka now is going to play first base. So Hushka will be at first. We will let you know about everything after this here on your live event.
Enderlin Insurance Agency welcomes all the players, coaches, and fans to the Enderlin Baseball Tournament. At Enderlin Insurance Agency, they're here to help you protect what you've worked hard to earn. Whether it's your home, vehicle, business, or a combination of all these, they have you covered. Enderlin Insurance Agency is committed to a high standard of excellence in all that they do and to establish a firm relationship of mutual trust and service with each of their clients. Give Deb or Luba a call today at 437-2444.
As we come back here with the new pitcher with Liam Santrum, you're going to have Hushka go to second, and Dowes will now be the shortstop here for the Maple River Raiders. And then on the opposite side for the Enderlin Eagles, Brendan Bartholomew will come on and pinch hit here for Enderlin. So all of a sudden, start taking a look at that schedule at 12 o'clock, and that's coming awfully close, but this might be the part here for Enderlin to win it in regulation, or if we're still tied here for Maple River, they would have a chance to have an opportunity in sudden death. Maple River will open things up tomorrow as well in game number 1 of 7 against Harvey Wells County at 9 o'clock in the morning, so a little earlier breakfast in baseball. And then Maple River will also play a contest against Hankinson, Fairmont, Campbell, Tinta, Rossholt, Lidgerwood, and that'll be at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. So Maple River will have 3 games in this tournament. For the Enderlin Eagles, they open and close, they bookend today, and then they have no games tomorrow, so they can just kind of enjoy it a little bit more and partake in the fun. So this is going to be the last inning now because of the timetable of the game. So this is the last full inning here. So either Enderlin's going to win here in the bottom of the 4th, or we're going to go to sudden death. But right now, 1 out with a runner at third. The game-winning run at third again is Glarum. Here's the pitch by Santrum. It's going to hit the batter, and Brendan Bartholomew will take first. So Hushka's going to go 3 1/3 innings. He'll give up 2 hits, 3 runs against him, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He is responsible for the runner at first, and then for the Enderlin Eagles, they'll make a quick pinch as Sandvig will come on and be at first now. So Sandvig is at first base with the runner at third, and that's going to be Glarum. 1 out here with Satcham on the mound in a pickle. Here's the pitch. That one out of the zone is the number 9 batter, Jacob Simbura, comes to the plate. Simbura struck out his last time up. Maple River 3, the Enderlin Eagles 3 here. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Now it's 1-1. So with Wendell coming up next here, but Maple River needs to turn 2, or they just need to get an out here and then get one more out and then try to get to extras. Here is the pitch, fouled back. And they're going to say it's going to hit the catcher's glove, and that'll allow the runner to go from home to first. And now there'll be bases juiced after the catcher's interference. So catcher interference, and how bases are loaded here, but still the main thing is the game-winning run is at third base. Anthony Wendell, the leadoff batter, the catcher sophomore, with a walk and a run scored. Infield in, outfield playing a little bit in as well. And the pitch by Satcham. This is hit in the air down the right field line, and the right fielder is just going to easily say, you know what, I'm not going to worry about gloving it, because it could be a sacrifice fly coming in. I'm just going to make sure I kind of make my way down the right field line there with Erickson. See that one keep slicing foul. So just a loud out here. Bottom of the 4th inning. This is going to be the last full inning of the contest again. If Enderlin's unable to plate the runner from third, we will go to sudden death. Here's the pitch. Good rip by Wendell. Now 0-2. Yes, sudden death in baseball because of the 7 games in about a 12-hour time span. They want to keep things moving as quickly as possibly, with Thompson and Kindred Richland scheduled for a noon start. Here's the 1-1. Here's the pitch by Satcham. Popped up, and this will be over our first base dugout, and we'll keep the count at 0-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. Runner at third base is Glarum, the winning run. Lemnis is at second. Sandvig is at second base. Here is the pitch by Satcham. And getting out of his catcher's crouch is Cody Raymer. If that gets by him, a game-winning run could have possibly came in. Now 1-2. And Simbura is at first. So Sandvig again at second, Simbura at first, and Glarum at third. Here's the 1-2 pitch by Satcham. This one is hit in the air to deep left center field, way back to the track to the wall. That one's off the wall, but the Enderlin Eagles are going to get the game-winning knock there as that comes in. 1 run will come in, 2 runs will come in. It's a 2 RBI double here for the Enderlin Eagles. And Enderlin's going to end up winning this contest via the base knock there by Anthony Wendell, the deepest ball hit in this contest. And that'll be the final. So the Enderlin Eagles win it. We'll come back with our post-game show, and then we'll get you set for game number 2 between Kindred Richland and Thompson. That's coming up next here on your live event.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hello, I'm Jim Berkemeyer, inviting you to join me on a New England Fall Foliage Tour, September 25th to October 3rd. Our journey begins with a tour of historic Boston. We then travel to New Hampshire's White Mountains to admire the spectacular colors before ending our journey in New York City with an included Broadway musical. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword RJ, to learn more about this tour and watch a travel show, or call 888-557-1020 for a free brochure.
As we come back here, the final, the Enderlin Eagles win it over Maple River in 4 innings, 4-3 via the walk-off hit here by the Enderlin Eagles catcher and Anthony Wendell, as Wendell gets the RBI, which plates the runner from third in Glarum, and that's a final. As we quickly take a look here for the Maple River Raiders, they were able to plate 2 runs across in the top of the third with a Grant Irie 2 RBI single. And then the bottom half of the third on the opposite side for the Enderlin Eagles, they were able to take the lead with a RBI single by Mickelson. Dylan Raymer came back in the top of the fourth with an RBI single for Maple River, but then Anthony Wendell finished the game with the RBI double there for the Enderlin Eagles. So a final here for game number 1, Enderlin 4, Maple River 3. Coming up next at the top of the hour, Thompson and Kindred Richland. Enderlin's next game here of the Enderlin Baseball Invite will be later tonight at 8:30 against Harvey Wells County. For Maple River, they will open things up tomorrow morning against Harvey Wells County at 9 o'clock. On behalf of Joey Hughes, I'm Chase Miller. Thank you very much to our sponsors for this contest. Again, go to yourliveevent.com. That's yourliveevent.com to catch game number 2 between Thompson and Kindred Richland. That is scheduled to start around the top of the hour here on Your Live Event. Have a good rest of your day here in Enderlin.